Hey everyone. I don't usually post stuff like this, but I need to get it out somewhere. I work for a grocery delivery app. Most nights, I'm out from around 8 p.m. to 3 in the morning, delivering to late-night shoppers, night shift workers, and the occasional drunk who forgot snacks. It's usually quiet work. Sometimes weird, but nothing scary. At least, not until last month. There's one address I'll never go back to. And I'm not even sure I can explain what happened there without sounding insane. The order. It was around 2:15 a.m. I'd just finished a delivery to a college kid across town when I got another ping, a rush order. Just one item, a gallon of milk. Delivery address: 1123 Old Orchard Road. The app marked it as a premium late-night customer, which usually means a good tip. So I accepted it without thinking. When I pulled up the address on my GPS, I noticed something odd. The area was way out near the edge of town, not in any neighborhood I'd delivered to before. A single house in the middle of a wooded area. The road there was narrow, cracked, and lined with trees that leaned over like they were trying to touch each other. No streetlights. No houses. Just my headlights slicing through the dark. The whole drive, I felt like I was heading somewhere I shouldn't be. I almost missed it. The mailbox was rusted, half buried in weeds, with the numbers 1123 barely visible. The driveway was gravel, leading up to a small, two-story farmhouse. No lights on inside, except for one flickering bulb on the porch. The milk in my passenger seat felt suddenly heavier. I parked, grabbed the bag, and got out. The night was dead silent, no wind, no insects, nothing. Even my footsteps sounded wrong, like the air was thicker than it should have been. When I reached the porch, I noticed something. The front door was slightly open. Just a crack. Enough for a line of pale yellow light to leak out. "Hello?" I called out, trying to sound casual. "Delivery for, 1123? No answer. I stepped closer and knocked on the doorframe. That's when I heard it. A voice, faint, from deep inside the house. High-pitched, but not quite human. "Come in." Inside. My first thought was that maybe it was an old person who couldn't make it to the door. So, against all good judgment, I pushed it open a little more and stepped inside. The smell hit me first. Not rot, exactly, more like wet earth and old wood. Like a basement that hadn't been opened in years. The hallway was long and narrow, lit by a single light at the far end. Wallpaper peeling, floorboards warped. There were framed photos on the wall, but every single one had the faces scratched out. "Hello?" I called again. "I've got your delivery." Silence. Then, a creak upstairs. Footsteps, slow and dragging, like someone was pacing above me. I froze. The voice came again, softer this time. "Kitchen." I turned my head. At the end of the hallway was a doorway leading into what looked like a kitchen. Light spilled from a bulb swinging gently from the ceiling. And under it, on the floor, was a note. I bent down to pick it up. It said, in messy handwriting, "Leave it by the sink." So I stepped into the kitchen. The first thing I noticed was the sink. It was full of black water. Something about it didn't look right, like it wasn't reflecting the light properly. I set the milk on the counter and backed away. Then, from upstairs, the footsteps stopped. And another voice, low and shaky, said, "Who are you?" "The man upstairs." I turned toward the staircase. From where I stood, I could see just the bottom few steps. The air felt heavier now, like the whole house was holding its breath. I'm just delivering your order," I said, forcing a laugh. "You, already paid through the app." Silence. Then I heard it. The sound of something sliding down the stairs. Not walking. Sliding. Slow, sticky, wet. It stopped just before the last step. I couldn't see what it was, only that the light from the hallway didn't reach that far. Then, from the dark, that same trembling voice whispered, "He's not here anymore." I dropped the paper bag. The milk bottle rolled out and clinked against the tile. I didn't wait. I bolted. I sprinted down the hallway, out the door, down the driveway, and into my car. Leaving. When I looked back in the rearview mirror, the front door was wide open. And for a split second, I swear I saw a figure standing in the doorway. Tall. Thin. Head tilted at an unnatural angle. Like it was listening. As I hit the end of the driveway, my phone buzzed, a notification from the delivery app. Delivery confirmed. Tip received, $13. I didn't touch my phone again until I got home. The aftermath. The next day, I tried to tell my supervisor. He checked the app's delivery log and frowned. "There's no order for that address," he said. "You must have accepted it by mistake." I showed him the confirmation screen, the one that clearly said delivered, 1123 Old Orchard Road. He went pale. "That address was blacklisted months ago," he said. "Customer died last year." I didn't believe him. So I looked it up myself later that night. There it was, a news article from 11 months ago. A man named Peter Lang found dead in his home on Old Orchard Road. Cause of death, unknown. The body was discovered by a grocery delivery driver. Now. It's been 4 weeks. Every few nights, around 2 a.m., I get a new order notification. Always from an unlisted address. Always for the same item. A gallon of milk. I decline them now. Every time. But 2 nights ago, my phone buzzed again. This time, it wasn't through the app. It was a text message. No number. Just words. "You forgot to leave it by the sink."